So let's dive in. Almost everyone, something like what, 97% of people wish they could change something about their personality.
Exactly. That's a huge number. And for the longest time, the thinking was, well, you needed serious therapy, or maybe it just wasn't possible.
Right, like it's set in stone.
Yeah. But there's this fascinating study showing, actually, yeah, you can change, and maybe even in just 16 weeks.
16 weeks without a therapist.
Self-directed, yeah. But, and this is key, it hinges on two things: really good specific objectives, and just, well, sticking with it, consistency.
Okay, so consistency and good objectives. And the idea is what? Small changes add up.
That's the core principle, yeah. It's not about some, massive overnight transformation. It's about these small, repeated actions.
Like building evidence for your brain.
Precisely. Every little thing you do that aligns with, say, being more conscientious, it tells your brain, see, I am this. It's like Aristotle said, right? We are what we repeatedly do. It crystallizes over time.
Crystallizes, I like that. So, if behavior is the engine, then the goals are the fuel.
That's a great way to put it. And the sources really stress how crucial the definition of that fuel is. Apparently, being super precise with your goal says, like, 50% of the motivation you'd need for a vague one.
50%. Wow. Okay, so what makes a good objective then? The study mentions criteria.
Right. Three main things. It has to be short-term, like achievable within the week.
Okay, manageable.
Yeah. And as precise as possible. No wiggle room. And finally, easy or accessible, something you can actually do.
Not some huge, intimidating mountain to climb right away.
Exactly. Because think about the bad goals, the ones we all make.
Oh, yeah. Like, be more organized.
Or have positive thoughts, or be more social. They sound good, right?
Well, they've definitely written those down.
But they fail because, well, what do? They don't specify an action, so you write it down, and then nothing. Forgotten.
It's just a wish, not a plan.
Precisely. A good goal is actionable. Instead of be more social, it's call Bob and ask him to lunch Tuesday. Or maybe invite Nadia for coffee Thursday afternoon. Or at work, speak up at least 3 times in the Wednesday meeting. See the difference.
Yeah, it's concrete. You know exactly what success looks like for that week. Okay, so that brings us to the structure. 16 weeks. You mentioned that.
Right, the 16-week commitment. It's basically setting a weekly appointment with yourself.
And why 16 weeks? Is that like the magic number for this crystallization thing?
It seems to be, yeah. The research suggests that's sort of the time frame where consistent repetition really starts to solidify new habits, new neural pathways.
Makes sense. So how does it start? You just jump into weekly goals.
Almost. First, you list the traits you want to change. Like, I want to be more extroverted or more conscientious, whatever it is for you.
Okay, define the destination.
Right. And you revisit that list every 6 weeks or so just to check you're still on track, still want the same thing.
Got it. And then the weekly cycle kicks in.
Yep. 3 steps, repeated each week. Step 1. Define 3 of those super precise, actionable goals for the coming week.
Okay. Plan the actions.
Then, starting from week 2, you add step 2. Goal review. You look back at last week's 3 goals and rate yourself. How did you do? 0 to 100%.
Accountability. You have to face whether you actually did it.
You need that objective feedback loop. Absolutely. It reinforces the wins. And then step 3, also starting week 2, is measuring evolution.
Measuring evolution. How's that different from the goal review?
It's more qualitative. You list specific behaviors you actually did in the past week that match the overall personality trait you're aiming for.
Oh, I see. So not just did I call Bob, but connecting it back to the bigger picture.
Exactly. So if your big goal is be more extroverted, you might list, I went to Nadia's party even though I didn't know anyone.
Right. That's the real evidence, isn't it? Proof that you acted like that more extroverted person. It's not just checking a box.
That's it. That's the identity evidence building up week by week. So if you boil it all down...
It's a recipe, really.
Yeah, a simple recipe, but one the research shows works. Identify the trait. Define tiny, precise weekly actions. Stay consistent for 16 weeks.
Simple, but maybe not easy, which leads to a final thought for you listening. When you think about actually starting this, what feels like the biggest hurdle in that first week? Is it figuring out what specific goals to set, getting inspired?
Yeah.
Or is it actually blocking out the time, making that schedule stick?
Yeah, moving from just wanting it to actually doing it. Where does the friction really lie for you? That first step is often the hardest.
If anxiety has ever kept you up at night, if you've ever felt like your mind just won't slow down, or that worry is running the show, you're not alone. That's exactly why we created Mind Cove. It's a science-based app designed by a psychologist with over 16 years of experience to help you understand, manage, and finally move past your anxiety one small step at a time. No fluff, no quick fixes, just practical tools, guided exercises, and a calm space to get your mind back on your side. Download Mind Cove today on the App Store and start building a life that feels lighter, clearer, and more in your control.